we are going to be talking about the story of Judgment, which is week 7. My name is Audrey Keel, and I'm the Delight Date coordinator.
And I'm Sophia Chalet, and I am the service leader.
Okay, so heading straight into the story, it started by talking about how Simon invited Jesus over for dinner. And Jesus actually went, and at the beginning of dinner, a prostitute that they think was named Mary showed up, and she headed straight towards Jesus and immediately just started rubbing perfume and just rubbing it into Jesus's feet. And she was rubbing also her tears into it because she was just crying and confessing of her sins.
And something that we're actually taught, well, I know for me when I was younger, is that the Pharisees weren't the biggest fan of Jesus. They were so focused on loving their country Israel that they were blinded by the truth. They believed things had to be a certain way, the laws need to be obeyed, and those who didn't follow that were ridiculed. So that's something that they weren't on the side of Jesus.
So following up with that, obviously how she said that they weren't a huge fan of Jesus, Simon also wasn't a huge fan of the prostitute when she first showed up to this dinner. And I thought it was very interesting that Simon was judging the sins he saw in this woman and not really seeing who she truly was. And of course, Jesus knew exactly what Simon was thinking, and he just asked her to see who she is truly, and he kind of said how he sees her as a daughter, a worshiper, and just beloved. And I thought that was so interesting that Jesus knew not only what Simon was thinking, but also to say yeah, she's known as a prostitute, but can you just try to see who she truly is? And I just think that's so true in life.
It doesn't matter what you look on the outside, it matters what's on the inside.
Yeah.
Because so many, not only Simon, but everyone else. The moment she walked in the room, they were whispering, why is she here?
Which still happens today. I feel like so many people do that. Myself included. Okay, so personally, for my story, obviously I really related to the scripture part and Tiffany's story of Judgment. And I was called out literally on the first page. I don't know what page. Let me look. So page 119, it was literally the first page. And I just felt called by Jesus to stop and be wait, I subconsciously instantly judge people the minute I see them just by their actions, things I know about them, whether it's a rumor or not. Clothes, I think it also said in here friends, and I'm maybe I do judge people by who they're friends with, and they're what car they drive, which is so dumb because I don't have the nicest things in life, but I feel why am I judging someone else for the dumbest things? Anyway, so I instantly related with Tiffany on that. So for me, the story, it really wasn't one huge thing that happened in my life that I was whoa, I'm so judgmental. But I feel reflecting, recently there's really something in my life that I realized I need to stop judging people and people's actions and just everything, because I truly was missing these encounters with Jesus when I was just oh, well, I don't want to be friends with her because she's too peppy, or she's too religious, or she's too nice. I want to be friends with someone that, I don't know, I don't even know what I was looking for, but I think when I put that wall down and I was I'm going to be friends with this girl because I want to be friends with her, and I don't care if people think she's too religious or think she's too nice, because I feel that's exactly what Jesus would want in a friend. So honestly, my judgment of this girl that not only I was thinking, but I feel other people were saying was keeping me from truly getting to know her. I think God put her back in my life because he knew I needed that kind of friendship, and I think he was also teaching me the kind of friendships I don't need in my life anymore and that I was just over. And I think he was just reminding me that this is what a true friendship is. This girl that I'm now would call my best friend. So I said, most of all, she's just so judgment free, and it's really taught me that she's not judging me and I'm full of sin. So I feel in a way not only has Jesus taught me that, but she's also taught me that. And I think when I read this story, I just really realized that me judging her all throughout high school, or just ever since I've met her, I think like I've missed so many encounters with Jesus because I've let other people's opinions of her, like, be like, oh, I don't want to be friends with someone if they think she's too religious. Like, I don't want to be known as that girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and that's such a sad
It's
thing.
so dumb. It's literally
like,
so dumb.
that we let other people, like, get in the way.
Yeah. I'm not saying, like, everyone else judge her. Like, I definitely, there's times where I'm like, I don't want to be, like, like, she's too peppy. Like, but I've realized, I'm like, why would you not want to be friends with someone that is going to make you so happy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is that a bad, I don't know. So, yeah, like this story said, like, I honestly started viewing her different when I viewed her the way Jesus sees her. So, I kind of, like, put in my notes, like, heavenly view over earthly view.
That's amazing.
A lot more, because I'm not doing that. So to kind of sum this up, one of the most important things I think I learned from this, and I'm going to carry forward not only in like the friendship I've talked about, but also just hopefully, I mean, obviously I'm going to continue to mess up almost every single day, but I think instead of like subconsciously just like letting myself judge people, I want to be a lot more conscious about not judging people. Like, are they good for you? Are they a good friend? Are they leading you closer to Jesus? I think those are the most important things that I should be looking for. Not judging someone if they don't have those qualities, but, you know, like finding your people type thing. And so I thought like the most important thing that I got out of this is don't miss an amazing opportunity to encounter Jesus by standing in judgment. Yes. There's just been so many times where I could have encountered Jesus or encountered him more strongly and impactfully if I would have just put my judgment aside and been like, you know what, I'm just gonna go and do this thing, I don't care what people think, or I'm gonna raise my hands in church and like not, and like, you know what I mean, like the dumbest things that I feel like some people are like, I don't want to be looked at for that, but like, especially myself. So yes, that is my judgment story.
So my judgment story is something I really didn't want to talk about. And when beginning to read it, I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to say. But then as I got into Tiffany's story, I heard God pushing me to say something that's been on my heart lately. And I was like, dang it, Jesus, like, I really don't want to do this.
She did text me. It was like, I don't want to share my story.
I did. And it's something that, like, I'm fine sharing about, but, like, honestly, I was worried that you all were going to judge me. If I'm being quite honest.
Which is literally, yeah.
Which is
totally.
literally this story. Disclaimer that I have permission from this person to share our story. So yeah. So the first time I caught myself judging this person was actually leader applications and interviews. I read her application and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a beautiful application. I thought she was vulnerable. And then I started reading like all the things that she had been doing and I felt jealous because I was like, dang, she's already leading an organization. She's, you know, this, and this, and I'm this. You know? So I was hoping to get team director for this year because I was going to be the only current leader and we were bringing in 9 new girls. And, you know, I felt qualified because I had already been a leader. I knew how things like
we're supposed to go.
Yeah, our ministry went at Ball State. And when I found out that I didn't get it, and it was the girl that I'd judged in the applications, I instantly built up a wall. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna like this girl because she has everything I wanted. She knew I'd built up a wall. I knew it, but I wasn't willing to like fully come out and say it almost, you know?
You didn't want to admit it.
No. There was nothing that this person did to make me not like her. It was simply me being jealous, and I let that truly get in the way of knowing her. And it just goes back to like the judgment story. I was seeing her through my eyes and not God's eyes. That I started to see her through God's eyes because she was so open and vulnerable with her struggles, and the way she talked about Jesus just blew me away. And I started to see her as a human. So it really takes like God or like friends,
like this story, to like intervene and be like, you're terrible.
To be like, bye sis. But in that moment, I had been holding back a part of me that wasn't letting her in. And, you know, leading a ministry with 9 funny, smart, kind, Jesus-loving girls is so amazing, but it's not always perfect. We don't always agree, but we work hard at being vulnerable and having a strong leadership team, because if we're not strong, it's not going to show in our small groups. You know, and I can happily say that this leader and I are friends. We're okay. We've worked it out. It does make me sad knowing I missed, you know, last semester really getting to know her. And, you know, even during the sleepover conference interactions, I wasn't my best self. You know, I would eye roll. I wouldn't listen. You know, I'm just so thankful that God used this and that she became a leader, and that
Because she's amazing. That's
Yeah,
what she does. We all
exactly.
are.
I certainly could not do what she does now.
No. Like, there is someone, like, you just feel like God is just, like, weighing on your heart right now. Like, you need to text this person and just say, like, look, I've been judging you. You've done nothing to me and never will, but here I am sitting in, like, judgment. And I feel like that's so important and so crucial. Like, we both told our people, like, I was judging you, and now we're, like, you're such an amazing person.
Yeah.
And, like, it does get a lot off your chest, and I think it also, I don't know, I feel like I grew in my faith so much.
So thanks for watching and coming to our TED Talk.
Yes.
Love that.
So
Okay.
that does not even, hold on, you can never be too religious.
No.
Like,
This girl, I'm like, what? Like we're gonna...